I guess they're just like, here's my horse, now it's my horse now.
I thought you were dead.
Sun out of your eyes and be yourselves.
Heard you were dead.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
That man's dead back there.
It was worse than dead. Must be dead. Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Roast Mortem Podcast. I'm Tom.
I'm Travis.
I'm Cody.
Tom, I thought you were going to do the intro in Españolas.
Why?
For our Spanish
Why would
listeners.
you ever think that?
Ladies and gentlemen. No, that's a Spanish accent. Doesn't count.
Goal.
Tom has
Mucho gracias. Para los niños es mucho langostas.
Tom has transitioned into a new career as a lunchador,
Yes, I am.
or as I like to call it, a lunchador.
I started with the basics. I do 30 push-ups a day, and I paint my toenails.
Ooh,
Sounds like
spicy.
what's that called? An exotico?
Exotico de los pedos manos, which is finger foot
or
or something. I
Don't know where you're going with that.
don't know. No.
How's everyone week this week? I want to do weeks.
It's good. I was doing more programming than editing. Which is nice. Progress on the old video game shit.
Yeah, working. We're doing the overtime. Got conventions and things coming up, so we gotta look salty.
Gotta look crisp.
You
Crisp
guys-
and salty like a french fry.
You guys are crisping.
From hell.
Yeah. You see anything cool this week, Travis? Because we didn't really.
Yeah, we're just in a cave.
I saw a homeless man puking on his pants.
You
Tactical.
see a lot of homeless men destroying their pants.
I do,
Yeah,
because I work in New York City, and this man just basically sitting on the subway, like the other man I think I mentioned, just jerking off. But this guy was just sitting there and just puked right in his lap. Yeah, just
poor
blah.
guy. Poor fella. He drank a little too much.
How much remorse?
Zero.
None?
No fucks given.
Confidence, I like it.
That's part of the community.
Very
That's part of the
bold.
wonders of going to New York City.
It is the old tube, as they call it in London when they're talking about our tube.
The serpent of disgust.
Grotesque tonnets. All right, well, that's our weeks. So we hope you had a good week. Now we'll get into story time.
Yeah, I love story time.
Cody, you got a lot of shreds for us, don't you? Who are you melting today? Who have we come to cremate?
I want to come to cream on whoever you creamed with it.
We came to cremate motherfucking J.H. Dillinger.
Like the gun.
That's a Derringer.
Oh, okay, I fucked up.
That one's a Derringer.
Oh.
That one's a Derringer. The episode titled "Keeping the Dumb Fuck Coppers in Check."
Oh, yeah.
Because believe it or not, the police were once very incompetent idiots. I don't know your stance on them currently, but they were once a young force, and they were bad at their job.
I could see that.
Oh yeah,
When they were lawmen. I'm the law.
law keepers.
Not G-men, lawmen.
Lawmen.
We'll talk about local lawmen and G-men.
Fuck yeah.
In case you don't know, G-men stands for government men.
It stands for G Unit.
Federales.
Yeah, it's like the X-Men, but just a bunch of goopy men. That's what it is. It's like was that all that bit they did back when we were like 2? The gooey store. Remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
It was just a bunch of sticky stuff in a store.
That's my dream.
I think it was Keenan Thompson just like painting goo on stuff and everything was sticky.
Was it like the Nickelodeon standard gacky slime green or
No, it was
orange?
like this. It was like sap.
That sounds.
It was a
horrific.
great bit because he would just go around the store that had like pants and stuff and just be painting them. People would come in.
How did I not remember that? Because that's literally like I was just gonna open up an Etsy store. Like I would come to your house
and goo up the
and
walls.
Goo ya. I just came to cream. I just gooed.
I buy things on IKEA. I assemble them. I goo them. Then I unassemble them. Put them back in the box.
Then run away.
Right.
It's like run down
Now
the
I'm
street.
loaded. Now I'm loaded.
Whoa!
It's me and Bezos like this.
So why'd you assemble it first?
That's a trade secret.
Oh,
I won't give that away online. Anyway, let's move along with the actual subject here.
Yeah,
Get
tell
away
me
from the goo.
Tell me about this guy.
John Dillinger. First and foremost thing I want you to know about him is he boned his stepmom. Yeah, that's the first thing.
That's
I
a
watched.
very popular porn subject.
It's
now.
weird how that's cropping up.
It is.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
It is
and
gross.
awful.
Every time I'm on porn, I'm touching my dick. Touching my dick's all hard. And I stumble upon this, I bang my stepmom.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
and how they-
ugh.
because every porn star sounds just like Gilbert Gottfried.
yeah, exactly.
What are we gonna do?
And I'm like, well, I just went flaccid, you fucking idiot.
How about you put your head here so we can 6'9"?
Oh,
He's only ever read that.
I want you.
Like
I
it's-
want you canine style. Give me it canine.
You know what pisses me off? Adult sketches that start with a knock.
Oh, like I'm coming in?
Yeah, and
Hello?
I'm just like, that's the last thing I want to hear when this video's playing.
Oh, true,
Like, I'm
yeah.
just like, what?
Cody, okay, but the knock in the beginning's okay because that's like that.
No, it's
usually,
not, because,
that's
like-
usually like a big sausage pizza, and I know how much
Exactly,
you like pizza.
exactly. But I
Just
hate the
saying.
knock because I think there's someone at my fucking door. I'm like, oh, did the big sausage pizza I order coincide with this one?
Well, when you,
Weird.
well, when you give the
Coincidental.
when you give the Domino's guy your house key, you never know what's gonna happen.
Fun happens when that happens.
All right, so this guy banged his stepmom.
Yeah, that's all I know about
All right,
that.
so no more of that.
For 3 years, maybe.
Oh, it was an affair.
Yeah, I don't know what you want to call
Hey,
it. But
What
What was
yeah.
her name?
I don't know, but she was bonable.
Tom, it was a family affair.
So we'll call her Bonnie Bones.
Yeah, great.
ribbed Robin.
Dillinger is quoted upon being incarcerated. I will be the meanest bastard you ever saw when I get out of here.
I don't think he got out of there.
He got out of there.
Oh, he got out of there.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
I
hit
didn't
up-
even know.
He hit up dozens of banks for 5-digit sums. In case you don't know, Dillinger, huge American gangster. Original gangster. Like, original gangster.
Yeah, like
V1.
same time as Al Capone, not associated.
Yeah.
Right, so we're talking about like the 1920s.
20s, did most of his shit fucking in the 30s. But he
Okay.
would regularly hit up dozens of banks for 5-digit sums. His biggest payday being $74,802.
What's that in today's money?
I
Steve
know,
Bezos.
I don't know how much that is, but I do know $1 of our money is equivalent to 1886 in depression money.
And that's a lot, and we're not going to do math. So
I might have got that
you-
the other way,
you
but
could-
you know it was more expensive back then to have a dollar.
Yeah, with that much money, you could have a pizza party for like 100 people.
$74,802. My question is, who's grabbing change? And $2. That means someone's grabbing singles, right?
It was,
maybe, I guess.
yeah.
Like, why? No, grab from the $5 or $10, $20 pallet.
Put that pooch in your hand. This is my dollars now. That's how you do math. That's how you just steal banks.
Do steal banks. I want pay attention.
He had a federally backed bounty on his head. We don't do these anymore.
No?
I do it.
Maybe not to the public. You know what I mean? We don't tell like wanted dead or alive anymore.
Yeah, what about Fugitive Finder? That's one of my favorite things in the world.
It's not a public thing, right? That's like special channels. That's broadcast across, I think.
I don't know. I watch Fugitive Finder, and not watch it. You get the paper in our local papers. There's a Fugitive Finder, and you can tell it's like little Cron Cheese and Derek.
It's like a lottery that helps the community. Because you
Yeah.
open it up one day and you're like, hey, that's my neighbor.
It's all the people that watch Dog the Bounty Hunter for too long, and they think they're Dog the Bounty Hunter, and they cut their hair like Dog the Bounty
I
Hunter.
earnestly think we don't have enough of those.
$5,000 bounty, not for his capture, merely for a lead for his arrest.
Oh, no shit.
If you brought his ass in alive, you got a cool $10K. Depression dollars, mind you, those are valuable.
Spicy.
Yeah, the dollar mail was like very high end back then.
So keep in mind, he's regularly picking up $5,000 over like a 24 bank spree. So he's loaded during the Depression.
Nice.
That's almost a superpower.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a Lex Luthor.
A shoeshine boy would happily murder his extended family for a $5. Like $5 would go a long way. Like,
Yeah.
be like, yes, sir. Well, be right back.
Yeah, I mean, $5 in today's standard could get you about 50 nuggets, I think, give or take.
50 chicken nuggets.
50
from Burger
chicken
King.
nuggets.
Burger King.
I would murder someone over that.
35.
35. Thanks, Tom. Correction. Maybe not. I wouldn't murder anyone over that.
Cody, let's move along.
So like I said, having just a single dollar back then meant you have the purchasing power of 19-ish of today's dollars.
Also, keep in mind, our real estate is ridiculously bubbled right now. So $2 would get you a night at a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And imagine if you're walking around regularly with $2,000-$3,000 in your vest.
It's probably a really expensive vest.
You can convince firefighters, jailers, and doctors to do whatever the fuck you want.
This guy's rolling in it. He's rolling in it.
Right. So this is like a superpower. You know what I mean? You can convince anyone to do anything for like $8, and you have a lot of $8.
It's like the opposite of Zuckerberg money, because he made a lot of money and he just got free stuff, like information.
And he also had 2 computers that talked to each other. They sexted each other.
Yeah, that's what he did. He had, he had the paperclip guy talk to Bonzi Buddy.
No.
Oh, don't bring up Bonzi Buddy.
No Bonzi
Buddy. Buddy's not allowed down here, Tom.
No!
Fuck you! Get out of here!
All right, we're done.
Dillinger, born on June 22nd, 1903.
1903.
1903. John Herbert Dillinger had one of them strict religious father types that wasn't above smacking the sons around a little bit.
I feel like that's like the archetype of you're going to turn out into a scumbag.
It's step one. Oh, yeah.
That was just
step
the
one.
archetype for raising children.
Very true,
You
very
were
true.
rolling the dice every time you raised a child during the Depression. Like, maybe villain.
Mm-hmm.
This time, it turned out to be so. Teenage Dillinger got into fighting, petty theft, and bullying little kids. You know, being a standard regular little shit.
Give me my...
Began work as a machinist. 'Twas natural to him as it was in his blood. His pappy was also one. Religious machinist father. Dillinger.
That's a combo. You got religion and machines.
Weird, right?
I don't know where the combination is. I was thinking of a Tool album art cover.
Sure,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Something like that.
God bless his Chevy.
His pappy didn't like the shit Dill was getting into, wrapped up in big city life. He was thinking, big city life is corrupting Dill. So he wanted to move Dill back into the rural areas, Mooresville, you know, super burbs.
All right.
So where you said
Indiana.
where's Dill? Well, there's Dill, and then where's Phil?
There's no Phil yet. We just got Dill.
Come on, I want to know where Phil is.
Well, they're all named Dill because it's their last name.
Oh, all right.
No Fillinger.
Fillinger.
No.
Fillinger.
It's not an option
boy.
today. His dad thought bringing his ass back into the country would straighten him out. But no. Dill was naturally a shitty fuck. And all moving back into the country did was swap out sharper city cops with bumpkin deputies. So he got into more trouble because he can get away with more shit.
Just like Grand Theft Auto.
Grand 5 stars.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto.
I was just thinking that he was trying to steal shit from cows at that point. That's what I'd do. Like,
He ends up
give me your own milk.
steal some chickens later on, believe it or not.
Does he?
He
Oh,
does.
a little chicken theft.
But before that, he takes advantage of his bumpkin deputy situation and escalates to Grand Theft Auto after his dad didn't lend him the keys for the family car. He says, fuck it, I'll steal one. All these dumb cops are going to catch me. Huh.
This guy's living the dream.
Yeah, pretty much. I
Dad-
mean, I would still. I mean, you jumped right into cars. I would go for the chickens first, because if you get chicken, you've got food for days. It just poops out eggs.
Plus, you can sell it to Burger King.
Well, then they'll just strip it of its wings and make it poop out eggs for a while, then kill it.
Hey,
Mash it in the thing.
I'm talking about the natural order.
Living the life.
Darwinism. Burger King's the end of Darwinism.
It's the end of the line.
Pappy Dillinger more or less disowned his son for, the whole Grand Theft Auto thing.
Granddad Auto.
Granddaddy Auto. Gets caught by the police, but instead of, taking his lumps going back home to his family, he's like, fuck it, I'll just join the Navy.
Smart.
I don't know why that was an option back then. Like, I'm in trouble, I'll just jump into armed forces.
You can still do that today.
I know,
mean,
why is that?
Well, put it in context. This is World War I era into World War II.
Yeah, the interim.
Yeah,
Yeah, we needed servicemen hardcore back then.
for sure.
Third class firefighter above the USS Utah.
Utah.
Sounds like a
you
very
pronounced it wrong. It's Utah.
Utah. Sounds like a very specialized role, right?
Why is there a ship named Utah?
A landlocked.
A landlocked state called Utah,
Yeah,
where all
yeah.
the Maumans
I just
be.
realized that.
The Utah sails the Great Plains.
Yeah, that's the best the Mormons get.
So,
Salt Lake City, not enough lake.
third class firefighter aboard a ship that's surrounded by water. I imagine he's warming the bench a lot. He's doing his drills, but I imagine he's not seeing a lot of live action.
No.
He hated this. He hated being aboard the Utah jumped ship first chance he got in Boston.
Literally jumped off the ship into a shark's mouth.
Probably strolled
punched
down a
the
gangplank.
fuck out of the shark's asshole, ripped it open. It was like, I'm in Boston now.
Now, for our listeners, that's a great visual, but that's probably not what happened.
No, it's totally what happened, dog. Just listen to me.
Dill got that dishonorable discharge. After that, he couldn't hold down a job, which means he was hard up for cash, which means he turned to heisting.
Can I stop you here? Has anyone had a dishonorable discharge? What I mean by that, by sex.
What are you talking?
Oh,
Like,
too early? A couple times.
Yeah, like a little dishonorable. Like,
every man's had a dishonorable.
Oh,
yeah, and you got to be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna commit seppuku now.
Mental seppuku.
Mental seppuku.
never
I'm
gone.
dying inside.
I'm going to put my head on this pillow and pretend I never saw you.
Never gone that far. This is where he steals chickens. So Grand Theft Auto and desertion were
Happened before the chickens.
Before the chicken stealing.
Okay.
This is a small time crooking era. And this is before big time was even a thing. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
So everyone else is stealing chickens.
No, everyone else isn't doing heisting correctly.
Okay,
What
he's
you-
like the heist boy.
He's going to be known as
the heist boy.
the heist golden boy. Yes.
Oh, heist boy.
Heist boy.
Heist boy.
But first, he was small time. Before small time,
So chickens.
chickens, and also he
Okay.
enlisted after the chickens. He enlisted his friend Ed Singleton to heist a local grocer's.
Ooh, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna
Everybody on the ground, I'm taking you cucumbers and carrots.
Pulled it off. Got $25 a piece.
Fuck yeah.
No, that's not a lot for what they did.
Yeah, well, it's a lot for, it's times that by 17.
Yeah,
18.
Yeah, still, but that's a lot for breaking in and doing all the shit they did.
I think at the time, if they had TV, he'd be on Unsolved Mysteries.
Like DB Cooper.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted
Be
to
like,
do
who
him.
stole the growth?
I wanted to do DB Cooper, but I don't know.
There's not anything on DB
No,
Cooper,
exactly.
which is hilarious. We don't even know if he's dead.
Ooh,
Because that was
point.
73, I think he did that. If you don't know who DB Cooper is, please Google it. It's
Yeah.
a really interesting mystery story.
Google it after you're done listening to
Yeah,
us.
yeah, after this. Yeah.
A local minister passing by recognized the two, got their asses arrested.
Dude, they got busted by a minister.
That sounds like a fucking Leslie Nielsen bit, doesn't it?
It does. My lord. Those boys have something that doesn't belong to them.
But no, I just
I don't know why I don't know who I just turned into.
I just
kind of Wayne Rooney it a little bit.
I just imagine the two like, all right, here's what we do. We call our accuser a lying cunt to his face. They turn around, it's a priest, and like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
You boys gonna go back and then just get...
I don't lie. I might diddle a little bit, but I don't lie.
who's the other religious figure in this story, by the way, that would have a beef if you ever found out?
The Pope?
Pappy Dillinger, also a religious man.
Yes.
Hears about this.
Oh, he does. All right. I thought he was out of the story.
No.
That's
Yeah,
why
I thought he was
I wasn't
gone.
backtracking.
He's in and out. He's in and out for like halfway through.
Son, I'm disappointed in you. I'll call you in a week.
Storms into the precinct, convinces Dill to confess the heisting of the $50 and accept all consequences. You know, strict religious father thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna admit to this. You're gonna take your lumps, and it's gonna be sorted. Turns out, do that without my voice breaking. Turns out this is shit legal advice because Dillinger got 10 years in prison.
10 years?
10 years in prison.
For stealing...
Did he serve all 10? Or am I prying?
You're prying a little bit. Travis had the more pertinent question.
Oh, my question was, I think he did a good job because he's keeping the vegans off the street by stealing all those groceries.
Is that really
That's a statement.
That's a question.
And there were no vegans back then because people...
Yo, whatever. I was terrible at Mad Libs. I don't know what adverbs. I don't know what verbs are.
Yes.
Leave me alone.
10 years.
Cody,
seems,
please.
10 years. Seems pretty stringent, right?
Yeah, for $50.
Here's what happened. During the robbery, he had to knock out a night watchman,
Oh, now it's
And-
assault and battery.
and his gun went off negligibly. So add on firing a gun in city limits bullshit. Blah, 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 blah.
Did his gun happen to go off in his asshole?
Nothing. It didn't hit anything. The gun just
wondering.
the gun just discharged, and that added.
Oh,
more
it
years.
discharged. Oh,
It wasn't. It wasn't
his air quotes
I don't know.
gun
It wasn't a
discharged.
dishonorable discharge.
No,
from
his
the
air
gun.
quotes gun discharged on the guard.
Jesus Christ, Travis.
You know what I mean?
This is a respectable podcast.
I'm just saying, if I broke out of jail, I'd
Ladies-
probably bust one out on the guard's face.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not really a respectable podcast. Don't worry.
Pappy Dillinger was noted pleading with the judge to reverse it. So immediate regret on his dad. Like, oh shit, You shouldn't have confessed if they wanted you to spend a decade in hard prison for $50, $25 because he had to split it.
Yeah,
mind
he was
you.
fair. He was being nice.
Splitting it.
Hey, when it comes to money, he was cooler than Steve Jobs. Remember that Woz incident we covered?
Oh yeah, that's not an even split.
No, that was $350 versus
Something exorbitant.
$1 billion.
yeah, that was a lot of money. It was $5,000. So at least he's on the level there.
He offered to rat on his accomplice. Remember him, Singleton?
Yep.
Always single.
But in reality, this was a cheeky escape attempt. He's like, let me take me to testify. Gets loose, runs around, runs amok a little bit, gets
Wait,
caught.
On the way to testify?
On the way to
ran away?
testify, he's like, let me sink my accomplice. And then in transit, he breaks free, runs around, causes a little bit of mayhem, not too much. Gets,
by a little bit of mayhem,
this is his first
you mean
breakaway. You know what I mean?
By a little bit of mayhem, you mean public nudity.
No, never.
I'm going home now.
Meanwhile, his accomplice, Ed Singleton, pled not guilty. He fought it. Dillinger was like, I did it. Give me my lumps. Ed Singleton fought it. His sentence was 2 to 14 years.
That's quite a variance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think he went up to 14. But however, his life freed before Dillinger was cut short. Did the old depression trick of getting drunk on the railroad tracks.
Wait, what's the old trick of getting drunk on the? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you get like
He was a bobo.
yeah. He was a drunk. He got shit faced, fell down on the tracks, passed out. Train ran him over.
Oh,
So this was the guy that got out sooner than Dillinger. He's like, I'm free.
I was gonna say I usually get drunk on the railroad tracks, but like
You're in
not,
the car,
I'm
not
in
underneath.
the car though.
You're
No,
in-
you-
not underneath.
You're inside like a nice Peeps, and he is like a
He's
ketchup
just
packet
laying.
on,
Yeah.
under someone's foot.
Papa,
Papa
he popped his John,
Johannes.
as one might say.
So Dillinger in prison, hard prison, the kind of prison it's valuable to network in. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, here, take my God and my dick.
He learned a few things. He learned to case banks instead of fucking grocery stores.
That's a good skill to have.
Yeah,
you can steal
this is
things.
number one. Like, why are you doing the grocery store? It's just the bank right
You
there.
just play Payday 2?
Picks up professional advice from the inmates, studies the second-hand techniques of one Herman Lamb, a.k.a. the father of modern-day bank robbing.
Now, I did some research on Herbert Lamb.
Did you? You'd know his name is Herman Lamb, not Herbert.
I didn't read his name at any point.
Oh, wait, but he liked lamb?
No,
L-A-M-M.
do you want me to take this, Cody?
Yeah, do it for a
for
bit.
just a minute. It's gonna be a quickie.
I'm gonna hear it.
So Lamb was the guy who figured out how to do bank heists properly.
Oh, yeah.
When
There
it comes to
there was a time before there wasn't a standard.
yes, before Lamb came around, it used to be a bunch of idiots running into a bank, not knowing what the fuck's going on, saying, "Give me the money,"
Being loud.
being loud, making firing guns off in the air, all that shit, and then running away. That was it.
Not taking the money?
Lamb. No, of course they took the money, but they didn't get far as often.
There was a
Lamb-
lot of finger crossing before Lamb came along.
Exactly. Lamb came around. First thing he realized was, why is the driver coming inside with us?
Yeah, he
Why
should
doesn't
just
he
stay
stay
outside.
right there and sort it out?
The
And
wheelman
also,
should be behind the wheel.
why aren't we checking out this bank before we go into it?
Exactly.
So we know the layout. Why
Dude.
don't we go in and just, open up accounts and scout it out for a week and do that shit under false names?
See who has what shift when the VPs are in.
Exactly. They get rotations in. You get 4 or 5 people on your bank robbing heist who know everything about the bank. So he figured out all that shit.
That, by the way, is the butter amount of accomplices. It's either 0 or 5. There's no other. It's a weird criminal thing. Either do it by yourself or with 5 guys.
Yeah.
That's like the butter.
Well,
like
I mean,
the
that's
butter of-
how.
Because you can't have people turn on you.
Well,
yeah,
that's
and
also,
that doesn't happen for some reason.
You
at
live in
5.
outside
Yeah.
democracy.
that's also the criminal intent on my heart. Is 5 Guys burgers and fries will kill me one day, and they'll have they won't have any accomplices.
If Papa doesn't do it first,
oh, pa 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 pa, bo 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 bo.
every bank heist you've seen in a movie, it's based off of his blueprint of robbing a bank.
Why does he have this mentality, Tom?
Because he's smart as shit, and he's German.
I also can't
He's
believe
German military.
Yes, German military. So he's extremely militant with how he sets up his adventure.
Very punctual fucker.
Yes. He actually met his end, though, and I'll tell you how. When he got out of jail, he orchestrated a heist.
that. Okay.
He got so fucked over by automobiles
The automobiles.
Yes.
Ha ha!
What happened is he had his driver, which was at the time a brand new way to do bank robberies.
Oh, so I thought you were going to say his driver was a horse. And so the horse didn't know how to drive.
No, this is 1920s. I forget the exact year.
Twins.
His last bank robbery went something like this.
Okay.
He runs into bank. He comes out, driver ready to go, does all this shit. Some kind of blockage on the road makes the driver have to turn around. As the driver's pulling a hot U-banger,
Flip it a bitch.
he blows a tire on the curb. So him and the 4 other people he's working with jump out, hijack a car that's right there. This car that they jumped into had a governor on it. Now, if you don't know what a governor is, it limits the amount of gas or power that you're allowed to put in the engine, limiting how fast it can go. Later to be revealed that that was put in that particular car because the person who drove it was senile. And the family did not want them to go ham, if you will.
So they jumped in a glorified go-kart.
They jumped in a go-kart and they were like, fuck this, we only got 35 miles an hour.
Something's
They're
weird.
fucking down the highway. And even back then, like, you know, it's 1920, it's 35 miles an hour. That's fast as shit. It wasn't fast enough.
No.
The average car could do much faster than that. So they get out and they get another truck. They find a truck, they're driving down, and the radiator bursts.
It's always the
Damn.
case. Always the fucking case.
Yes. Finally, they get into another car, which only happens to have 1 gallon of gas in it.
Oh, Jesus.
They find a place. It's a hut in the middle of nowhere. After 4 cars are fucked on them, Lamb and his folk, there's a bit of a police shoot-off, and Lamb says fuck it and shoots himself in the head.
Oh, man.
Professional German.
That's right. Doesn't want to give up any info.
I do not want to give up the info.
I guess he really hated jail.
Bang.
Anyway, that's Lamb.
Boom goes dynamite.
This is the
Lamb
man
is dead.
Dillinger
yes.
was studying while incarcerated.
Damn.
Also, while incarcerated, remorseful Pappy Dillinger shows up. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, son. I fucked up.
Oh, forgive me, God.
My lord.
To the rescue, mind you, he actually has with him a petition of 188 signatures of upstanding Samaritans.
He's a good boy.
That's apparently all you need to unleash one of America's most vicious criminals back into the public.
Oh,
He's
that's
a good
easy.
guy. Trust me. He's a really good guy. I love him. I
Listen,
love this boy.
He's a good dude. We used to play Pogs together.
Dude, he had the best slammer. I would always pick him as a bro because he had a metal slammer. I had a plastic one.
And of course, Dillinger immediately went back to crime. This is the Great Depression. He's not exactly going to be 9-to-5ing, is he?
No.
No!
Of course. He is a criminal man.
That steals chicken.
Chicken boy.
Chicken stealer, chicken thief. So, Tom touched up on this a little bit, but there's things he learned in jail. Herman Lamb's technique, heisting 2.0.
Gaping.
What?
Well, he went to jail. He's got to gape a little bit.
To
Maybe.
recap, Lamb specified roles: the lookout, wheelman, safecracker, gunman, etc., etc. Herman Lamb also suggested using full auto weapons, Thompson machine gun. I don't know if you know about that. One of those.
Tommy Pickles gun.
Tommy gun, yeah. World War II, gangster gun. You know what I mean? That thing.
Yeah. Cha.
One trigger pull could send 100 rounds downrange in 10 seconds.
Tight.
That's ridiculous for the time. You'd need something like 30 officers with standard issue revolvers to match that firepower.
Ain't
You know what I mean?
happening. Not so practical.
Not happening. That's too many cops. It's not enough guns.
Herman Lamb was also like, use ballistic armor. That shit will save your life.
Makes sense.
Use getaway plans / routes. Know what you're doing?
Make sure you know where the nearest KFC is.
Don't use the shitty car to get away. Invest in the getaway vehicle.
Buy the Bagooty.
Don't just get the Kia Sorrento from your uncle.
Yeah, Bagooty.
Set up post-heist supply stashes, most likely gas and bandages, so you wouldn't have to make unnecessary stops at a fill-up station or a clinic.
Make sure you've invested in JanSport and you've got a good backpack. for
Need
your
that,
trip.
need that.
Good, need a good backpack.
And also, it wasn't obvious up until this point, but ditch the car after you're done heisting. People will
Really?
just hold on to it and get busted later.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah, like Herman Lamb was like one of the first people to be like, don't be an idiot.
I guess they're just like, here's my horse now. It's my horse now. Well, like they're still coming out of the horse time.
They
so
are.
They all had horses.
They are.
Family horse.
My family horse.
His name's Gibraltar, and I sold him to IKEA for my gooey store.
The gooey ducks.
Now the big time crime starts to happen. No more chicken thieving for this guy. No more grocery store holdups.
I think you should steal more eggs. If I was at this point of his career, I'd say, hey, you know what? I've reached my peak. Now I'm just going to go for straight eggs.
Make omelets.
I don't need the chicken anymore. I can invest in eggs.
Cut the fat. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, boy?
Yeah, boy.
Robbed an Ohio bank for $10,000. I'm going to say that one
10
more time.
G's, dog.
Woo-wee.
That's a lot back then.
Did you go to like a Holiday Inn for like a week?
No.
2 weeks?
$10,000. Remember that number.
5 weeks?
10 grand. All right,
10
gotcha.
grand. Then he tried holding up another Ohio bank. Got caught. Got put into holding. Here's the kicker. Invested that 10 grand. And had guns smuggled in for an armed prison break.
No shit.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
It's fucking rad.
Fucking battlefield, boy.
Here's the thing. Not his prison.
Wait, they fucked up. They got the wrong prison.
Nope, they got the right prison. It went back to the prison he got sprung from by his father, where all the hardened friend criminals are.
Oh, where Lamb was.
Hey, Lammy boy.
No, Lamb wasn't actually in the jail.
No, but where they met.
No, Lamb wasn't part of this picture. I think everything was just learned secondhand, in this conglomerate jail. I don't think he
Gotcha.
was actually in the jail, but
He's in the wrong
learned
zone.
people learned of him and his criminal efficiency and started,
Okay, I misread
started
that.
chit-chatting about it in jail. I don't think, it was second-rate knowledge.
I think they just learned that he was the big boy. You know what I mean?
But he arranged for a cache of weapons to show up at his old prison, delivered to his old friends that were the meanest of the bunch.
Mo, Larry, and Curly.
Fuck.
Shut up.
No, it was Mo, Larry,
It
and
was
Curly
not
the whole
those
time.
guys. I'd mentioned their names, but this is about Dillinger. So just imagine Dillinger's men.
All right, Shemp.
Okay, fine. We'll call them Shemps. The Shemps got the guns and shot their way out of prison and then disguised themselves as police officers and showed up to transfer Dillinger to another holding.
And that's how he got out.
Yep. Upon showing up, the jailer was, let me see your credentials. And this was the first time, recorded time, where like the gangster was like, I have my credentials right here. Bang!
Oh, shut
That was the first time, that was the non-cliche time that happened.
He didn't unzip his fly. He
like-
pulled out a
I
shotgun
have
or
my
something.
it was a pistol. He's like, I have my credentials right here. Bang! Killed the jailer and freed Dillinger.
There's some James Bond shit right there.
James Band.
James Bond.
Dillinger, upon being sprung, casually asks, what took you so long?
Dude, this guy is suave as
That
fuck.
sounds a little romanticized.
Yeah.
A lot of shit is romanticized about him. Have you seen his face? So chiseled, it might be true.
He does have a sexual
Oh.
face.
I think he might have gotten what you just said
Mhm.
as an asshole tattoo.
Oh, around
Like
his
around
anus?
his anus?
What took you so long?
What took you so long?
Wait, what are we talking about?
I'm just saying he's a hardened criminal. Some of them have asshole tattoos. Yeah.
I can't refute that. Anyway,
I don't know enough about criminal assholes.
I know everything. I've seen it all.
So far, he's escaped from police custody once, got paroled from prison thanks to Pappy, and now he's sprung from holding via armed accomplices. This
Fuck
is
yeah.
getting a little intense, y'all.
armed champs.
Arm Shemps.
Beware the Shemps.
Shemp 1, Shemp 2. Oh my god, Shemp 2's down. Shemp 2's down.
Bring in Joe Besser.
Oh, Nightmare Zone for me.
That's exactly how Joe Besser sounded.
Yeah, it just sound like a stupid ass idiot.
The clever man Dillinger was suggested to his group, his posse of Shemps,
Yeah.
that before we start heisting banks, let's do a few pre-heists. Let's get some things out of the way that'll help our heisting process later, if you will.
Let's rob this Home Depot.
Let's
But
rob.
only the garden section.
I love how those
scale the
smell.
walls.
I love how those smell.
Ooh, did they have, when I think of people like planning a heist, they have one of those like glass boards and they like, wrote on the glass boards and they're like, here's the house and then, they draw a line.
They're probably writing on pizza boxes or some shit.
Pizza was very popular back then.
Oh,
Well, they're mainly Italian, right?
No, I don't think so. Maybe one or two of them. It's not like a mafia situation.
Yeah, these aren't Capones.
No, Papa didn't exist. There were
well,
the
he
worst
did
ingredients
elsewhere.
back then. The worst ingredients back then. This is why we're dealing with this man. He has terrible ingredients inside he hasn't expressed himself and
Moral ingredients.
moral ingredients.
What do you mean by expressed himself?
Well, he needs to reach into his soul and pull out the better ingredients.
You don't want the shitty basil. You want the good oregano.
Yeah, oregano. You know what I mean? They haven't figured that out yet. It's oregano.
Nope, that's a holy grail. Learning how to pronounce that fucking word.
It's
Oregano. Everyone pronounces oregano.
It's oregano.
God damn.
Cody, can you move along before I punch my microphone into Travis's
It's
face?
marinara.
Dillinger.
Yeah, Mazzarelli.
Dillinger. Dillinger, lay clever cookie he is, decided before you go heisting a chain of banks, let's warm up, let's do a pre-heist, let's heist things that will help us heist banks.
Dude, they probably warmed up so hard.
Let's heist precincts.
Good idea.
Why, Tom? What's in precincts?
Guns.
Machine guns,
Yeah, guns.
sniper rifles, revolvers,
Yeah, weaponries.
Donuts.
all the ammunition they could ever hope for,
Police work.
and some new technology of the time.
Papers.
Body armor.
Body armor. Hell
Body
yeah.
armor. Newfangled body armor.
Body armor.
Yeah, because before they did that, they used to just fill bags with cornstarch. But as soon as it started raining, then they just turned into putty men.
The putty boys are coming, and everybody's running.
They are putty boys now, dancing to banged up boys now.
There's like, let's limber up. Let's hit a few precincts first. Get the tools we need. You're kind of right when they said let's hit up a Home Depot. A Home Depot for thieves.
Ah, yes. Let us play even games, shall we? Handicap us no more, sir.
Aisle 22. You will get it all.
They're Old English. They're obviously from the 15th century. in our scenario. But back to the real time.
I want you to keep in mind they just robbed people meant to prevent robberies.
No one expects that.
Yeah.
What do you mean no?
Nobody's going to rob a police officer.
He did.
Well, that's what I mean. He did.
All right, fine.
He's smart as shit.
He was like the Lance Armstrong of the moon. Of
No,
criminals.
Listen, no one expects the police station get robbed. No one expects the firehouse to go on fire. No one expects the fun house to be any fun.
No one expects the hospital to die.
The hospital's it's doing just fine.
This is going to be a recurring theme. The police are idiots at this time. So are the feds. There's no standardized anything. There's no protocol.
Now, at that time, they weren't really trained. There was no protocol in training a police officer.
They didn't know they're doing anything wrong.
Protect Johnny Law. This is how your gun works. This is where you sit.
Point at bad guy, click.
Just stand on the street and make friendly with old Mrs. Jenkinson.
Yeah, exactly.
And watch out for black people. They're destroying our neighborhood. That's what the police were taught at the time.
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, old Granny Jenkins.
I'm not making any of this up.
Well,
it's a
I mean,
job.
you
Get trained in 2 weeks.
right. The only thing you didn't mention
Because the guy before you died.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing you didn't mention is old Granny Jenkinson was a gilf.
Gmail?
So there's more.
Is it GILF or Gmail? Can we iron that out right now?
I'm gonna say it's a gilf.
I'm going to go Gmilf because I feel like, to me, Gilf means gourd I want to fuck. Like a pumpkin.
Dude, but that goes without
I'd
saying.
like to
That goes without saying.
Yeah.
Gmail
Yeah,
doesn't
I like
roll
to
off the tongue for me.
All gourds I want to fuck.
I got to go with GILF.
Cody, can you just get me out of this hole? I'm in such a deep hole right now.
All right, Travis, just make it
Breathe.
Travis,
Breathe.
drink-
We're going to be
Here,
fine.
shotgun this beer.
Oh, okay, good. I'll be
While
I'll be
Cody
better
continues.
after
There's
that.
26 something bank robberies, 4 precincts. Embarrassing for the police. I'm not going to hit them all. I'm going to hit the interesting ones.
Right.
So we hit time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about the East Chicago robbery first.
All right.
Hey.
10 minutes before closing, Dillinger and crew roll in. There were 30-something patrons and staff combined within the bank.
Okay.
The bank VP kind of gets a whiff of the danger going on, trips the silent alarm. Also kind of new for the day.
They had those back then.
Yes, new.
I thought that was a newer technology.
It's
We're
pretty
tripping?
fancy.
Tripping it?
Tripping silent alarms.
Like that.
I'm going. I'm
I
going
know.
for
No,
it.
you could do it, but just hold the beer like that. Think about gravity.
Oh, I
Some
love
science is
gravity,
happening
dog.
right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna go all over me. That's how it works.
All,
I know.
all will be on.
Oh,
Hold the beer like that. It's fine.
Whoa, Tom, you have the science behind
I
this.
do.
Now they didn't use. They used machine guns, but Travis, they could have also used shotguns.
Shotgun?
Yes, they could have also.
Probably
done
like
that.
the Model A.
don't know what they're using.
All right, dog.
They rolled in with the standard,
Probably double barrel.
the standard signature Tommy at the time.
Tommy Boy.
Gun.
And that's a shotgun.
Silent alarm tripped. Dill gang fills up bags as the police show up. The police show up, use the neighboring pharmacy's phone to call for backup. Is that the most unprofessional fucking thing you ever heard?
Yes, it
You
is.
kick in the pharmacy door. Can I use your phone? Bank robbery. Excuse me. Like, what is
We
this? Like,
forgot about our phones.
left the radios in the fucking car. You wouldn't believe. And the keys got left in the car as well. So we're
God.
darndest thing.
All right,
Very
Drew.
fucking.
All right, Joey dog.
Yeah. Very fucking unprofessional. And the bank VP is a little worried that the police have shown up and Dillinger and crew are still bagging. Like, they're cool little fucking cucumbers. The police are showing up. Like, there's already like 6 out there, and they've already called for backup. Dillinger is still bagging. And the hostages are looking like, police are here. You guys are supposed to turn tail and run, and
Yeah.
we make our break, right?
Right, yeah.
Get out of here.
Dillinger's like, everyone remain patient and calm, and he just starts rattling off the time.
Oh.
These fuckers are patient. They know what they're doing, and the creepy thing about this is they're doing this, they're sacrificing their head start to get away from the cops because they know they can beat the cops if it comes to a car chase because they have a V8 getaway car.
Fuck yeah.
And they know they can beat the cops if it comes to a shootout because they're rocking Tommy guns and shotguns.
That is really cool.
So they're like, we know we can just steamroll the cops, whichever game they want to play, whether it be a chase or shootout.
Might as well
So
get all the money.
We're just going to
Yeah.
keep bagging till we're at capacity. And it's like a surreal, creepy thing. Like, they're not retreating when the boys in blue are showing up.
Right. So they're playing the stats, and they're also drinking canned tomato juice.
No.
You said V8. Like, are
A
you
V8
lying to me
muscle
right now?
car, like an Enema.
It was canned tomato juice.
I'm not saying that V8 isn't canned tomato juice. I'm saying that that's not the V8 he was talking about.
Oh, fuck. I'm so out of the loop. I did the shotgun. Now I'm off verklempt. I don't know. I'm not Jewish, so I don't know. Is that the right word?
No,
Yeah,
he is
it's good.
Jewish.
That was
He is
good.
Jewish, and he's growing
Also-
payas under his headphones.
Also acceptable fakata.
Yeah. I'm all bukkake.
So
He's all cockeyed up.
cocky.
I'm all bukkake.
Do you want me to save you from that one too, or do you want to?
No, I want to fucking revel in my
Let him ride,
bukkake.
Seaman.
Pregnant pause. Pregnant pause, so Travis can marinate.
Give me that bukkake, dog. Oh, they're all drinking beers. I'm just getting bukkake in the corner right now. I'm setting the scene.
This podcast is brought to you by 15 men shooting a load on your face.
Oh, so Cody, they're drinking V8. Where are we at? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're not budging because they know they're have the superior tech with firepower, and Dill uses the bank vice president as a shield to transition from bank to getaway car. Smart move.
Very
Standard
nice.
move.
Yeah.
Villainous move.
I'm innocent and also vice of something.
Yeah.
Officer O'Malley sees an opening in all the commotion.
Oh, his name is Officer O'Malley. Really?
It's the original Travis.
Oh, Officer
It's
O'Malley.
the original Officer O'Malley.
Woo!
I'll let you know why he's so original. Why he's the original Officer O'Malley will become evident at the end of the podcast.
The OG
Fuck yeah.
O'Malley. All right.
Yeah. Officer O'Malley sees an opening, takes a shot, and then another, and then another, and then another. 4 in total. Hits Dillinger square in the chest. But what did Dillinger heist from the precincts?
Body on Mars.
Yes!
Allowed
Allowed him to survive the 4 back-to-back shots to the chest.
Fuck.
Dillinger returned fire, hit Officer O'Malley 8 times in his shitty, un-bulletproof vested torso.
Dude, he had more tech than the
He's
cop.
dead, isn't he?
He is a dead O'Malley officer.
No, I was just about to make a heart to teach his heart star joke, but then
You can
he's
do it,
dead
yeah.
now.
No, do it.
Again, well, we only make
He
fun
was
of dead
always-
people.
Oh yeah, well,
He was always dead. Ever,
all right, fine.
Ever
then.
since you were
Heart
born,
to teach his
Travis.
heart star.
I don't think we have any Irish viewership yet, do we?
No, not yet. But
Something.
there's
lit
only
up for
6
us.
million people who live in Ireland, and there are, I think, 40 million people in America with Irish heritage. So,
Yeah.
weird
You know what?
numbers.
Heart to tea.
Hard to teach.
If you're to tart to tea, then heart to tea.
Exactly. It's only common sense. Dillinger kills the officer and holds the trigger down the entire way he's shuffling to the getaway car and doesn't let up until he's out of ammunition safely in the car.
Good job, boy.
Did he take VP with him? Was he a hostage situation in the car, or did he just drop him on the spot?
Thank you for asking. This time they did not take hostages into the car.
All right, so they chucked him out like an old cigarette.
Yeah, they pretty much just like kept him in the line of sight between the cops until they were in the car, and then the car peeled away, leaving the VP.
Okay, cool. Very nice of them.
Nice job.
Things turn out a little chaotic for Dillinger. Got a little too bold in Tucson. Got arrested in 1934.
I went to Tucson, Arizona, and I went to Philadelphia, then I went to Bangor, Maine.
Cody, ignore the Steve Miller.
All the way down to the Florida Cape, and then I do a thing with my pants. Keep on touching my penis.
I hate this segment. This is not even funny.
Got thrown on holding. Local police boasted the prison he was confined in was escape-proof, and they doubled security. Tom, I actually pulled up archival footage of the security at this place.
Oh, that was that footage that I peeped at.
Yeah, it was. And Travis, you didn't see this, but it was ridiculous. There were security guards, and their entire security routine was literally 8 paces that way, and then 8 paces back.
Like a Metal Gear
easily
security.
Well,
easily 60
because
people.
the next guy was right there.
Oh, okay.
There were like, for every 10 foot of perimeter, there was one guy with a shotgun. So all they had to do was walk 10 feet one way, see the next guard, and then go back. That's how much security
pretty strict
was on this fucker. And they all had shotguns, and half of them had canines.
It was a really small piece of property. The perimeter was that. They had that much walking distance. And then on the entrances, there was like 4 or 5 people.
On the porch.
Just on the porch of the entrance.
Porch boys.
Yeah, this was a really small building, too. It was like the size of an average house for a prison.
So they just got a fuck ton of people just fucking with
Making
all
sure this
shotty.
guy-
Pretty much there was no off-duty cops. They're
Yeah.
grab the shotgun, show up, pace between your brethren to make sure like this guy's.
That's how tight it was there
That's
with
pretty crazy.
We don't want him getting
Dillinger's security.
So he was like fucking Magneto in X-Men.
We don't want this fucker escaping. Period. Dillinger escapes using a potato.
Potato?
A potato.
What? He throw it at an Irishman?
He uses a razor blade to carve it into a very convincing pistol.
What?
And holds up his jailer with it.
Can that guy just like go away? Can we just do the roast mortem podcast?
He's
on
so
the guy
charismatic. He's so charismatic. He can convince you a potato is a pistol.
No, I would believe it a little bit more if he was deep frying it and it had become burnt.
Yeah, a little burnt potato.
What do you?
I can see that.
Other
Potato. A potato.
Other
That's
versions
terrible.
of this story say the pistol was made of wood, and the third version of the story say it was an actual pistol smuggled in. Either way, very deceitful. Now, you can't see this at home, but Tom pretended to hold a hostage at gunpoint and pointed the gun at the hostage's face and neck.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Old school gangsters, for whatever reason, held people hostage in the ribs. They pointed like the barrel in the ribs, so you knew like there was a pistol.
Back then, they didn't have
Point
any
at your vitals.
surgeries. You know,
They didn't know where the brain was.
you get shot in the lungs.
They had no clue where the brain was. They thought the brain existed like near the anus.
Yeah, the anus. But they knew where the heart was because there was no total eclipse at that time.
Perfect.
Oh, so good.
Perfect.
The brain was all filled with mucus. It was all slime.
I personally like the potato pistol route, so I'm going to go with that.
I'm going with that one, man.
I'm gonna go with that one.
That's
Please don't hurt me and my family because I'm Irish and this potato. I just want to eat it.
This escapade earned him a nationwide manhunt. This is when he gets that bounty. Remember it?
The $5,000 bounty for info and $10,000 if you bring him in. That's alive.
fucking insane for the Depression, man.
At this time, that's like, yo, y'all like $1 billion? You can have that if you find this Dillinger.
That's pretty much what the wanted poster said by authority J. Edgar Hoover, just a little bit more eloquent.
I'm sure there was no small typeface on there. It was just like, find this boy.
Wanted.
Oh no, it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
We want this boy. We don't care.
This is Hoover, so it was all Comic Sans. while he was prancing around tucking it in.
Yeah.
All right, they're back to robbing. Dillinger's out. They're back to robbing shit.
Great.
South Dakota. This is all Midwest.
There's nothing in South Dakota.
There's nothing in the Midwest.
There's really nothing to steal. There.
There's
Except
some-
banks.
No, there are gems in the Midwest. I gotta say, I've been there.
Don't bang that.
I've been there.
South Dakota is an exception.
At this point, the gang get a wee bit too infamous. Their modus operandi becomes slightly known. I bet you guys can actually answer this, like, with your gut instinct. What do you think their getaway car of choice is? Just think about what's... What do you,
Wait, what's the year again?
34 or 33.
34. A
Like-
phantom.
Ooh, same shape-ish.
Like a long boy.
Yeah.
Longest man.
Was it? It was an American make.
Yeah.
Was it a Chevy?
I think. No, it was Chevy.
Ford?
Packard.
Packard.
You know what I mean? Like the dome roof, like, yeah, see?
Eh.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that was the
I don't know
Capone
any
boys.
cars from that time.
But it's just like,
period,
you know what I mean?
really.
Like, yeah, Packard,
I
gangster
mean,
car. right?
before 1980, there's like an expression that I've heard. Before 1980, if you got in a car accident, you'd obviously, if it's a bad car accident, you might die, and everyone would be like, "Who does the car go to?" Because they'd wreck the car, but the car'd be all right. You know, you could repair it.
Right,
It would be, didn't have those crumple zones
Right.
back then.
Because
So
the
these
guy
cars were
died,
fucking tanks,
but killed their
but killed the person.
tank operators.
Well, you need you need them to crumble.
Right. Nowadays, it doesn't matter what car you got. Oh,
I've
I got
totaled
a
a car.
Jeep. I got a Jeep. They fucking blast the hole in the side of that shit with whatever gun, you know?
Yeah.
Back then, they're like, God, fucking, we built this out of raw iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
I totaled the fucking car.
Yeah, and you're fine.
Honda Accord, crumpled like a bitch.
It's supposed to.
Supposed
Wood
to.
crash.
safe car.
10 out of 10.
It's not a Packard,
motherfucker.
dog. It's
Yeah.
not a Phantom, not a Packard.
Yep.
Hewlett.
Were they called Pack? Oh, you're fucking with me. I hate you. Gang gets a wee bit too infamous. The Packard becomes recognized as their getaway car of choice. Bank bookkeeper sees a Packard pull up to the side of the curb. She says, "If I ever saw a hold-up car, that's one."
She was privy.
She got real wet.
Her coworker, a stenographer, said,
Whoa. You gonna drop a weird word on me like that?
Stenographer?
Well, I don't know what that means.
You don't know what a stenographer is?
Tom, drop
Like
it.
stenographer.
You ever see them bitches ass who type real quick in courtrooms?
Oh, shit.
It's
They're
a
the-
dictation ass bitch ass.
They're the quick ass idiots,
yeah,
boys.
my neighbor's a stenographer.
Oh, so she's like maybe speaking then.
they're just like human.
It's, take a note,
Take
girls.
a note.
Yeah,
take a
they're-
knee, take a note.
They're human serious. They're usually dead from the neck up, as my neighbor is.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
All right, now I know what a Mavis Beacon does.
Stenographer. Thank you, Travis.
Thanks.
Her colleague, a stenographer, before she could finish her, "You've been hearing too much about those bank robberies." Dillinger was already in.
Oh.
He already kicked in the door and put SMG barrels in their faces. Like,
What's up, pussies?
before she could finish, "You've been too many of the news already." Like,
Right.
And he's like, hacha,
almost
hacha,
a
hacha.
fucking like sitcom. You know what I
Right.
mean?
As he kicks in the door and Mambo number 5 starts.
Dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun.
dun.
Hi, it's me, Dillinger. See? I'm here to take your money. See? I got a plan. See? Don't try to stop me. See?
Standard protocol.
I don't know if you noticed.
Oh.
I was just saying yes in Spanish.
Oh, that's what they did it back then.
Yes, so it translates that. It's me, Dillinger. Yes? Yes. And so forth.
Standard
Yes, like,
protocol.
elbow.
Halfway in, standard protocol. Grab the money.
Wait, did you say what? Oh,
Whoa, what?
did you
What?
say halfway in standard
Halfway in.
protocol?
They get halfway into the job. They do standard protocol.
No, it's halfway in.
They're grabbing the money. They're grabbing the money with their fingers. They're grabbing the human shields with
You're
their
not
fingers.
helping your case, but whatever.
You know what I mean? Grabbing all the things. Grab the money, grab the human shields. They start to leave. Hey, their Packard takes one in the radiator.
Oh,
As
you
they
need a
leave.
radiator.
Back then, very important for the call.
A radiator.
Do you think he had Oscar Kokoschka on his team?
What is that?
You taking the money from Hey Arnold. We'll just keep going.
You taking the money.
Now, see, this is what separates the Dillinger gang from the boys. The usual boys, the heisters of the time, would be like, fuck it, every man for themselves, and then you just take what you could hold and hope you could make out in a ditch. Like, oh God, please, no. You know what I mean? That's so much finger crossing
Right.
with heisting before Dillinger set in. This crew stays cool. They're able to carjack another vehicle. Keep in mind, with 5 people, hostages in the car, also the money bags in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
They're able to transfer to another vehicle and escape.
Yeah.
Begs the question, how fucking roomy are Packards?
Very. I mean, I also think that what separates the boys from the men, if they're robbing
bank robbers,
if they're robbing a bank and they're like really hard, that means they know what they're doing. If they're flaccid and they're doing it,
Just because you get off on something doesn't mean you're good at it.
oh well, no. Like if you're scared, you're not gonna be fucking
Travis, I'm gonna
dangus up.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
level with
dangus
you.
down.
You've never had a boner while you were scared?
When I saw a spider, when I saw a spider, yeah, no, my boner is all the way into my butthole.
I
That's
find
how flaccid
it
is.
differs what I'm doing. If I'm programming, it's a 50-50. The chub or not. If I'm editing, it's way
Dude,
less.
you- well,
it's
no,
like
you-
20% chub when I'm editing.
Yeah,
It's
you
weird.
can't
It's weird like that.
tell me that fucking he didn't get a boner off of stealing banks. You know what I mean?
It seemed he fetishized it to a degree.
Yeah,
you know what I
dog.
mean?
That's what I'm saying. There's like a little degree of dairy.
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 Dairy, yeah.
Lactose ignorant. Fuck.
Just
Trying to
just
be a little
enough yogurt to stick your dick inside.
That was actually,
You taking the go-gurt.
grab and go-gurt.
by the way, that was a legitimate question. How do you think they're able to fit 5 men hostages, bank bags with the big old dollar signs on it, and extra munition, gasoline, and bandages?
Trunk style.
Packard did have a big ass trunk, but they
On the top of it. Like a fucking champ.
Like the
Silver
Beverly
Surfer.
Hillbillies.
The answer comes in, what did they put and where? And it was not obvious. That's what I want you to think about.
All right.
And it also resembles gangster iconography of the time.
Oh, I got this one.
What
Okay.
you got?
All the money goes in the cab,
Okay.
All right.
and then all the dudes ride on the side of it.
Oh, Tom got it.
Yeah.
Oh, side
It
boys.
was the gangster thing. The
Yeah.
hostages and money stay in the car.
Because those
supplies
older
in
cars,
the trunk.
they all had those footsteps
Yeah.
on, and you'd be able to fucking hang on to the inside of the window
Yup.
and just ride away
And
on
Step
the,
up.
Yep.
That's
and the
cool.
wheelmen would drive, and you have the gunners
outside blasting away, motherfuckers.
hanging off the side, blasting anyone that needs
dummy
blasting.
guns.
So that's how they are able to get so much shit into a Packard. There were 3 or 4 guys out the side dangling with all their, heisting
Right.
gear.
They're fucking holding on with one hand, and
Yep,
they're
standard gangster
and they're
move.
fucking slurping a go-gurt with the other.
Nope. Why are you doing this to me?
Because it's a
I have faith in you.
No. In all seriousness, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're armed, whether you're righty or lefty, depends on what side you're picking up the car. Makes sense.
Yeah. Your free hand,
And
got
you have coverage.
yeah, in your free hand, you have grab and go-gurt.
You can put like 7 guys on the outside of a car. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
could put-
long as fuck.
You'd want to put 3 on the driver's side, 4 on the other side.
Put one on top, like
Yeah.
laying soup pie.
They didn't.
Ha!
Yeah.
Instead of
They weren't
big
used to
word.
rear view mirrors back then. They didn't need them.
You just
They were
died
much-
in Packards, man.
You're going to die either way. You don't need seatbelts.
Let's fast forward a little bit. Mason City, Iowa.
Oh, shit.
Freelance photographer H.C. Kunkelman.
No joke there.
Yeah. Ha.
Are you going to let me go with this one?
Yes.
Freelance photographer H.C. Kunkelman is filming the interior of the First National Bank. A stranger approaches him, demands he turn off his camera, and says, "We'll be doing the rest of the shooting today."
Oh, this guy's smooth as shit.
Bank security and staff managed to slightly hold off the robbery with a healthy dosage of tear gas.
No shit.
Yeah, I guess they were expecting them.
Had some spare World War I tear gas.
Is that what that was?
I don't know. I guess.
I feel like they used nastier stuff during wartime.
I had some tear gas.
Yeah, we got leftovers and shit.
Why not?
Back then, white people didn't know what patchouli was.
Yeah, modern day tear gas.
Back in the day, cops didn't do the whole police line, stay back, please thing.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's like, oh, cool, bank robbery. And just like pressing their face up against the glass.
Everyone was Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, what, dude?
Just licking the glass.
That dude's getting killed.
Chuck it out.
Yeah, and the police.
Someone in there taking their money.
And the police are like, and the dumb fuck, by the way, recurring theme, the dumb fuck police of the time are looking like, oh shit, we can't do anything about this.
There's
Like,
nothing we can do.
Look
We
at
can't
all
even
the-
ask them politely.
yeah,
to go
like
away.
look at all the human shields he's got for free. Like,
They don't seem pretty bright back
no,
then.
they weren't. Recurring theme. Take note.
Oh,
And because the police let the citizens, aka bystanders, so close, it was a risky firefight as they exited, of course.
well, any missed bullets is going into the barricade of people.
Resulting firefight clips your boy Dill in his left shoulder.
Ooh.
Should have paid extra for those bulletproof sleeves.
Yeah.
All he had was the vest.
Well, he was trying to be cool. He was like, "Hey, I don't need sleeves."
Motherfucker.
Tom knows about
What-
not
we're-
wearing sleeves.
Yeah,
Oh,
I hate
shit.
when it's wintertime because I need sleeves.
Oh, fuck. I think
Pshaw.
we're going to take a slight detour. I'm going to show you his bulletproof vest.
Okay, let me see this bulletproof boy.
Was it like the equivalent of a torso G-string?
No, it was a vest that stopped bullets.
It was the banana hammock of bulletproof vests. Make sure your nips are not going to get shot. Your nips are the most important part of the body. If you lose your nips,
It's nice and stylish,
coming
I
back.
feel, right?
oh,
Oh, shit, where'd it go?
it's gone away. But we're coming back. That is
That's pretty slick for heisting gear.
Yeah.
You've got a stylish vest. He's got a large two very large
Double-breasted,
pockets.
it looks like.
double boobage, and
What?
but no sleeves.
And you can see the plate insert behind the vest there a little bit.
Yeah,
It kind of betrays it, but is a slick-looking vest
It is
that
nice.
stops bullets. That is proven to stop 4 bullets prior.
prior to him getting
prior.
shot in the arm because he didn't have sleeves.
He's fashionable. Shut up.
The gang was caught spreading roofing nails on the road during their escape. That's some speed racer shit.
Oh, so he just like fucking checked out his car. It's like, bam!
They
all his
stopped.
tires popped.
You got to stop so they don't get you in your own car. I was about to say that's
special,
some
yeah.
like wacky
Wacky
racer
racers.
shit.
Yeah, and then the villain throws it out.
Yeah,
and he
what's
has
his
that dog
name?
who has emphysema who's
Yeah.
just like,
That was Snidely Whiplash.
Yeah, what was the
Snidely
dog?
Whiplash
Yeah.
and his dog. I know
Yeah.
that boy.
his dog needs to visit a hospital.
Yeah.
Although those were made 30 years ago, so that dog is dead.
Yeah, it was just absolutely dead. That dog was living the life. back
No, that
then.
was made 50 years ago. That was early 70s.
Yeah, sure.
They spread roofing nails on the fucking road to stop the police and any cars, causing a traffic jam and such.
Badass.
And also, they did this very coy, interesting technique. If they saw an oncoming car, they would flash their weapons at them and be like, wait 5 minutes or we'll kill you, and then go in the other direction, and continue on.
Oh.
Oh,
So I was like, what the fuck is that about? Like, what do you think?
I'm a little perplexed by that one.
you could also do that with your penis.
What, fork it in the road?
No, you just stand up in your car and you're like, wait 5 minutes or else.
Travis's dick has been run over about 35 times.
Yeah, it's mashed. It's like,
But listen, I don't care about your penis. I was just throwing it out there. Cody, where are you going with that one?
The police would wait at the prior fork for an oncoming motorist. And I would
Oh.
ask him, you seen a Packard?
Which way to go?
Exactly. And
everyone spoke like that.
if the motorist said, like, yes, I've seen a Packard, the police would go the way that car would come from.
Oh.
Yeah.
If the oncoming motorist said, no, I didn't see a Packard, the police would go on the other direction of the fork. It's, old-timey GPS.
Oh, okay.
It's kind
So
of like,
if you intimidate the cars passing you, they don't get to the police officer in time to let the police know where you went.
so basically it turns into one of those Scooby-Doo, running into the closet episodes where it's like, oh, we're running in the closet.
come out the opposite way.
Yeah.
Like zoinks.
Fast forward, Little Bohemia Lodge. This wasn't a heist. This was more a confrontation between the sides of the law, and they're both fucking morons. Collectively, they're one moron each side.
Okay.
Okay, lawmen's are morons. Gangs is
Gang of
morons.
The gang is hiding out in Little Bohemia Lodge, Wisconsin, after being tipped off. 20-something, very incompetent federal agents surround the lodge, and they decide it's a great idea to open fire on the first group of people they see.
Oh my God.
And of course, that wasn't Dillinger. 3 random bystanders.
Oh, don't you know?
They
I-
got laced up.
Bystanders.
All 3 got killed.
Nope, no one was killed, but they shot 3 innocent bystanders.
They're like,
That's
like,
them!
They're like, oh, don't you know? We're coming to get some.
I would hate to hear people who spoke like that say "ow" 3 times.
Oh,
ow,
Oh,
ow,
Well, it wouldn't
Oh.
be 3 times. It would be 3 guys in succession each. Like, oh,
oh.
ow.
exactly. That's like inverse Owen Wilson.
If you're from
Wow.
if you're from Wisconsin, please
Wow.
if you're from Wisconsin, please send us a clip of you saying "ow," and we will
Look at it.
touch it
So,
with our
Hear it
ears.
with our ears.
After the G-Man gunned down an innocent trio for whatever reason, after they sort the whole innocent bystanders shot snafu out, they're just like, the tip must have been bad.
Yeah.
Then
So they
we-
left
Hey,
with Dillinger still in the building.
Hey, Captain, those guys we made bleed with our bullets, them's faces don't match these here faces in the wanted posters. Can we go home? I reckon, Deputy.
They were just-
I reckon.
They were just trying to get their Wisconsin cheese curds.
They'd leave.
Yeah.
I would leave my job for
They
Wisconsin.
just
cheese
assumed,
curds.
like, oh, we shot the wrong people.
No one else would be in there.
No, what? No, the bad people wouldn't be. The tip was bad. We shot the wrong people.
Well, it's only one group at a time in there. I'm pretty sure I've been in that place before. That's for
Let's
sure.
all
we're
go
done.
home to our wives after submitting our punch cards.
Yeah, our wives will have a bunch of hot turkeys and hot pockets ready for us when we get home.
Oh, yeah,
G-Men
don't you know?
go up the driveway, pulling out, convinced they're in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Oh.
Here's where the Dillinger gang is an idiot head. What do you think the proper move is? Like they just witnessed. They weren't aware of the police. The police successfully and secretly surrounded the Dillinger gang. Knew they were there only after the police.
So shots
G-Men
were fired.
shot up the
Yeah.
innocents.
There's 3 innocents who were shot. So
Yep.
here's the picture I'm going to paint. The Dillinger gang comes out and shoots the same 3 people.
pretty dumb. That's pretty dumb. I like.
I'm
it,
okay. I think I'll be all right. You hit me in the leg. Oh, bang.
The Dillinger gang open fires on the
Nothing?
G-Man leaving. It's just like, what? They're leaving already. Let
Yeah.
them go. Get a head start. Leave. Your HQ is compromised. You need to leave.
Well, it's because the cops showed up. They took the cheese curds and they were like, "We're going home to our wives." And fucking this boy was like, "Hey, we need those cheese curds. Get 'em
We
back.
need your wife curds.
wife curds."
Hand them
Ew.
over.
That kind of sounds
Ew.
like a guy going up to a girl at a bar and the girl just shutting him down and she's walking away and he goes, "Yeah, well, you're fat."
They were on their way out. They were convinced Dillinger and the crew weren't there. And Dillinger crew was like, you know what, spoil this if we shot them. And sure enough, they opened fire on the cops on their way out.
Oh, that's
And the cops were like, oh, wait, they are here. Shit. And they surround the lodge, and Dillinger somehow escapes still. All of them.
"Oh my goodness!"
It's like, what? It's the most incompetent federales I've ever seen.
this
Get
is
outta here.
this is easier than any Rubik's cube.
You're like punching gravy in a houseboat.
Whoa.
That's a new phrase.
What? Let
Like-
it catch on.
Like punching gravy in a houseboat.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hashtag punch gravy punch.
Gravy punch.
Ooh, catchy.
All right, that's new. When this episode comes out, anyone who hashtags gravy punch can hang out with us sometime.
Then you can give me free
yeah.
gravy.
Fast forward, Lincoln Court shootout. Dillinger and gang are crashing at the Lincoln Court apartments of St. Paul, Minnesota, because, you know, the lodge was compromised by the bumbling oaths of the federal government.
Do they all wear like custom sweaters? Like
No, it was
coordinating sweaters?
it was the
'Cause, like
G-Men.
you say
It was Men in Black, essentially.
No, but you're saying like Minnesota and Wisconsin. I'm
Oh.
just picturing like custom knit sweaters.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, this is Men in Black. Not to be confused with Men in Blackface. Way more offensive.
Roach boys.
Some rookie Fed surveillances were snooping up on a recent tip. Snooped a little too close to the Lincoln Court apartments and Dillinger, and resulted in ye olde, shoot 'em up gunfight of old, 1930s. Dillinger did the classic gangster thing, wasn't a cliche at the time, of spraying wildly through the door that he suspected like an assault was coming.
Oh,
You know
so
what
they
I
didn't
mean?
even open the door. He's like,
Gotcha, papas.
Yeah, it's all made of wood.
Bullets go through wood. See?
that's pretty awesome. He's the OG spray the door.
Original gangster. There weren't a lot before him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just spray the wall and the back of my computer.
With what? Moving.
Comes.
Yeah.
Move on. Yeah, no,
I was
please
trying to
move on,
save him.
Cody.
Thank you, Tom. Agent was able to scramble to cover and return fire, clipping Dillinger in his left calf. Despite the injury, he escapes because, Feds, bad at jobs.
He's
at
got
this
him on
time.
legs, see?
Dillinger realizes that was too close and resigns. Dillinger realizes that was too close and resigns not to press his luck too much here on out. Dillinger's patched up and spends 5 days in bed. decides to lay low with his family back in Mooresville. Remember them?
Oh, yes.
But his pappy and mammy is
Pappy
still
Dill
alive.
Pickles.
Yeah, his pappy. I think his pappy's dead at this point, but his family's over there.
A little fam. So
Yeah.
proud of my boy.
Yep. Just before
I
leaving,
wish I had a cool uncle like Uncle Dill, because I have uncles who smoke weed.
Ah,
They're all right.
sometimes they get you high, and then sometimes they're just weird and awkward.
Rock and roll, man.
Rock and roll never died, brah.
before he gets to Mooresville, he asks his doctor if it's okay if he pays with cash. You know what I mean? We'll get you cash later.
Yeah.
Why not? He's probably got it all under his bed.
Skimps on the bill. Fuck him.
Really?
I only made $1 billion for free.
He's officially on the lam.
What does
More
that
so than
mean?
other.
What's on the lamb?
Doctor's bills, they catch up with you.
Ask a Welshman.
I've lived in Wales.
Travis, what does being on the lam mean?
It's when you're balls deep in the lamb.
I was hoping there was a subtle joke there, but no, you just laid it out for our viewers.
Yeah,
Listeners.
I'm just telling you. That's what happens when you're in Wales.
Yep.
First day.
Laying low, he decides to head home. April 6th, has a reunion with his family. He's got a derpy little half-brother named Hubert Dillinger.
Lil Hubie.
Now, for your information, our guy is John Herbert Dillinger. So Hubert Dillinger just seems like a knockoff off-brand product. Like, oh, I can't believe it's not brother?
Not Herbert?
Not Herbert. Hubert. Hubert.
Hubie.
Anyone named Hubert is at least 6.5 feet tall
Right?
and has severe scoliosis and the caveman brow.
That's really funny, Tom, because I was picturing the complete opposite.
Oh, were you?
He's like 4 foot and
Oh, Weasley.
like stands straight up.
Oh.
You know, just like I
was-
fucking can't move his legs, but just like wobbles back and forth really fast.
Look at my Pokemon cards.
We have a complete opposite of Hubert, and if your name's Hubert,
Let us know. Dillinger's reunion hopping / homecoming goes into the wee hours of the morn. About 3 a.m., in fact.
boot.
About. Old doofy Hubert is like, hey, Johnny, let me use our car to drive us home.
What?
Wait, say that again.
Let me use your car to drive us home.
Whatever, fat
We
kid.
need to get home. Hubert immediately passes out and T-bones another car and flies through a farm fence. Like the first turn this happens.
Yeah, the honey bun over there.
The two Dillinger boys ditch the car and scramble back to their farm.
That's really stupid.
It is. What's worse for John Dillinger about that? It was his car. What's in John Dillinger's fucking car?
Money? Salt?
Guns?
Ammunitions?
Yeah, tools to get the fucking monies.
Oh, no.
So this car's wrecked in a fucking ditch at the side of a fucking farm fence that they plowed through. Dillinger has fucking red herring smoking evidence in the trunk, and there's no other option than to leave that for the police to discover.
Mm-hmm.
And our boy John Dillinger's like, Hubert, man, you gotta cover for me. Tell the cops anything, man. And Hubert's like, yeah, got it.
I love when Cody does impressions. It's good.
Coppers show up at Hubert's door, and they're like, "Why's all this shit in your fucking wrecked car, Hubert?" Oh, let me tell you the shit they found, by the way, in specifics.
Go with it.
What was in the trunk? Specifically, ammunition, Dillinger's hostage tying rope,
Oh.
Sick, dude.
and for some reason, this time a bullwhip.
Sexual bullet.
Yeah.
That sounds like my Saturday night. Isn't it?
And Dillinger's like, Hubert, cover for me, please. Tell him anything. And Copper's like, what's all this shit in your wrecked car, Hubert? The ammunition, the rope, and the whip.
This is my Chumbawamba CD, and this is my Google Doc CD, and this is my Sugar Cult CD, and this is my Breaking Benjamin CD, and this is my Trap CD, and this is my Limp Bizkit CD. I'll stop that.
Hubert is like, oh, those ain't mine. Whose are they? Oh, those are my brothers.
My bro. This is
And the
my
cops are like, John Dillinger? It's not a lie. He didn't cover. Like, he literally
He did nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say anything.
They're-
Not
those are
specific
mine.
enough. Say anything but me, he should have said.
Yeah. Those are mine. Those are my brothers. John Dillinger's?
They're my goats. That's
What-
my goats. I'm nipping.
What was
It's my
John?
goat.
What was John Dillinger gonna do with the ammunition, the rope, and the whip? Hubert says without blinking. He was gonna assault his former shyster lawyer because he made off with the retainer.
So they basically just said everything.
It wasn't true, but Hubert, that's shit for a fucking lie.
That's really bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
He's like, he wasn't murdering and holding up Banks. He was trying to torture his lawyer. That was all, officer.
Just heard his law.
Yeah.
My lie.
And the cops were like, lawyer torturing? Carry on. And left. What? They're just like,
No.
lawyers suck. Like, sure, maybe John Dillinger was after his lawyer.
I tell you,
That's
these lawyers,
believable.
maybe he deserves it.
Yeah, and this was the first time the cop's heart grew.
3 times.
5
that
times.
This shittily constructed lie was just enough to buy Dill enough time to escape to Chicago.
I cannot believe this.
Chi-town dog.
Your boy Dill adopted a new alias, fresh start, new year, new me. Goes by the name Jimmy Lawrence, a criminal from Wisconsin trying to lay low in Chicago, who happened to be the spitting image of Dillinger.
The cheese sale.
What's wrong with that cover?
I wish we could do that.
What is wrong with that cover?
Hey, I look just like Dillinger, but I'm not Dillinger.
It's not me! I look just like him. I'm from where he is.
Back then,
and
they
I'm
had-
settling down from where he's suspected to be.
They didn't exactly have good newspaper
No,
prints. No one knew what he
everyone was-
looked like. And he's just
Yeah.
like, oh, if anyone asks, I look just like this other guy, but it's not me, buddy.
People knew what he looked like. He was charming. He was charismatic.
He was had
was
that
charisma.
He was the modern. He was the modern Robin Hood that knew how to use automatic weapons and V8 muscle call.
You mentioned it before that he was a Robin Hood, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm drunk.
Yeah, but why is he a Robin Hood? He's just stealing from himself. He's not giving back to
Well,
the fucking...
well,
No,
the
but he's
expression is-
looking very good while doing it.
The
he's
expression-
stylish.
The expression
Yes.
goes, you steal from the rich and he gives to the poor. His version was, he steals from the rich.
That's
I
it.
like that.
Yeah. Steals the rich, gives to me.
A little bit of fun trivia. Dill, Cubs fan, 1934, April 8th, goes to Wrigley Field to watch a game. Nothing would come out of it, but also confirmed in attendance would be the captain of the Dillinger squad, a.k.a. the squad that was tasked to arrest him by the federal government.
Oh my god. They might aim from the same batch of peanuts.
They could be like 2 rows between each other, like, yes, beer, please.
Oh yeah.
Now, keep in mind, drastic situations call for drastic measures. How does some Depression-era plastic surgery sound to you guys?
Fantastic.
That sounds like the best idea.
No, never. Always say no to Depression-era plastic surgery.
I want to look just like Maurice Chevalier.
His name was Doc Wilhelm Loser. Looks like loser. He's got 27 years of cutting up faces under his belt.
Nice.
No, sick. Wait,
You know.
27 years in 1930 something?
Yep.
Yeah, so he was cutting faces in the 1800s.
Are you tired of your nose?
27
Do you want to come by and then I will cut off your nose for you?
You look like a skeleton.
I can help you out. Just come by and I'll make you look different every time. Really, it's easy for me to take off your nose.
27.
All nose.
Only rhino.
Only rhinos.
Rhinoectomy, I guess.
Yeah, rhinoectomy.
I see you've come in to fix your face. The first thing I'm going to recommend is you have a nose, and we should do something about this.
You
That's
like
so
carrots?
ugly. They stick out so much.
If you know anyone else who has a nose, send them my way.
Yeah,
27 years of experience before he was convicted under the Harrison Narcotic Act.
Now let's use drugs.
Little dopey
to-
doctor.
To take noses.
Little dopey
A
doctor.
little cocaine and a little heroin.
Doc Wilhelm was paid $1,500 for his first operation on
That's a
John
lot of scratch
Dillinger.
back then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wilhelm removed 2 moles, Dillinger's dimples, and had a characterful scar removed on Dillinger's face, all within 30 minutes.
Oh, now you have blackface. It's the 30s.
Full
That's
circle
okay.
back to Home Depot.
Too much ether was administered beforehand,
Oops.
caused Dillinger to go briefly into respiratory arrest.
Sick meme.
Dr. Wilhelm solved this by clearing Dillinger's airway with forceps, pulled his tongue out of his throat,
Oh, yeah.
and vigorously applied swift elbows to his ribs.
What?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, just fucking drop bows on
No, you drop, if you're going to drop elbows, you drop them in the diaphragm.
him. Oh, drop bows on him. Doesn't matter
Don't
where
hit him in
he
the
is.
rib. Why? That's the most retarded thing
No,
ever.
you hit him with bows.
He's pretty much dying. I guess C. Perry didn't exist, so the doctor's hitting him in his ribs with elbows.
The doctor definitely definitely has a 6-foot ladder in his office.
Hit him in the diaphragm with elbows.
Climbs to the top and does the people's elbow off the top and screams, "Bo's in the house."
That's pretty epic. This was enough of a marginal success for Dillinger to return for session 2 of Reconstruction.
Hell yeah, I look so good. Give me more.
Not facial reconstruction.
Dick reconstruction,
No,
please.
what are you doing to me? Dillinger,
What kind of reconstruction?
fingerprint. Dillinger paid a Benjamin per fingerprint obliteration. from
Please
Dr.
burn off
Wilhelm.
all my fingers.
Yeah, it was burning off.
Please pull off all my fingers.
Do you mean these fingers on your hand?
Yes,
Please
I
give
want
to
all of
me.
them gone. They're so hideous.
Oh my goodness, you have such great hands.
Ah,
Now, Tom was here when I was massively confused by this, but Dr. Wilhelm's offer was like, I will do it for $500 per hand or $100 per fingerprint. Your choice.
I'm gonna take the BOGO.
But
You know what I mean? I'm
hold
gonna
on.
go BOGO.
Travis, before you do any characters, do
Before
the
the
math
stick.
on that one.
I'm gonna go BOGO.
There's no
I'm
BOGO
gonna go
option.
BOGO.
The doctor, the guy you're like trusting to ether you up, is like, do you want the 500 per hand or the 100 per finger? I'm just like, doctor, those are the same.
I'm still going the BOGO.
You can go bogle all you want, my darling.
Imagine passing out like, doctor, that's the same thing.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Horrifying.
I'm going BOGO because it's Friday.
I could see, all right, I could see one of two scenarios here.
What?
One being a bank robber going to him and not having all of his fingers on one hand and be like, $300 is obviously not a hand.
Oh, cheap for you.
Oh, or someone who plans on being a bank robber. We're just taking it off, like works it off.
And he only
Installment
uses like
Installment.
index and thumb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, no,
installment
I'm gonna start
payments.
robbing banks next year, so I'm gonna come in every other month with $100, and you could fix my fingers.
Start the pinky. I want a discount on the pinky because that one's small.
Also, for all you criminals out there, burning off your fingertips makes it way easier for anyone to find out who you are.
Yeah, because you don't have fingertips.
You don't have fingertips, and they still scar.
Yeah,
It's way easier to pick up than those little lines in fingerprinting.
little weens.
Usually they have to send it to the lab, but if they can pick up a fingerprint that has an obvious scar and it's just flat, you're gotten.
Yeah, that's like wow. Oh, look, this man just showed up at a crime scene. He dropped this onion ring.
Yeah.
But if you dropped a jalapeno popper, it's way more distinctive because there's the jalapeno on the inside
Yeah, the peen pop.
and there's the cream cheese, not just the onion.
I got a question for you. Do you guys know why fingerprints aren't hereditary, but do you know why they're so unique? Like why they get their shape?
No, I have no
I
idea.
have no clue.
When you're a little babby and your mom,
Mhm.
you're doing like some evil scientist like ringing of your fingers, like
Oh, you're
That's
just going
your
around
mom.
in
and,
circles?
yeah, and you bunch your growth cells bunch up unevenly, and that's why you have the unique fingerprints because that's how you were like
Oh, no
swirling
shit.
your fingertips in your mom.
That's pretty
That's
interesting to
gross.
think about.
Yeah.
That's really gross. That's not interesting. That's gross.
Well, I mean, it's gross if you're thinking of it the way I know you are, which is you inside your mom's vagina fingering.
no, that's not. That's actually. You know what? You know me, Tom.
I just thought
but
about
that's
that.
not what I
That's
was thinking
horrible.
about. I was just thinking about a little jelly man, just like fucking.
Yeah, that fucking wacky racist dog.
Yeah.
Ringing his fingers in a uterus.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking of. I wasn't thinking of my mom's vagina.
Well, let's move on because Travis is talking about fingering his mom's vagina, and you're
full-
disgusting.
Full circle.
Yes, I'm glad we're friends.
Wilhelm, crazy Dr. Wilhelm, used something called aqua regia to remove the fingerprints.
Like that's Fiji water.
Translates to kingly water.
Fiji.
Kingly water. It was
As in
actually
regal.
Yeah, regia, regal, kingly water. It was actually a 1-to-3 mix of hydrochloric acid to nitric acid.
And Fiji.
No,
Dude.
it was called kingly water because it was an acid strong enough to melt noble metals. So this hot, corrosive shit is being applied to all 10 of Dillinger's fingertips, and he's paying for this to happen. At the end of everything, Dillinger was unsatisfied, hated everything. Shitty facial surgery.
My face is made, and my fingers look like little chicken nuggets.
Now we're going to talk about the Biograph Theater shootout 1934, Chicago's Biograph Theater screening Clark Gable in Manhattan Melodrama.
I love Clark Gable.
I love him too.
Clarky boy.
He's the reason T-shirts are popular.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Really?
was the first to I wear a shirt under my coat.
Oh.
And now we just wear shirts without coats.
Oh, no shit. Clark
Good.
Gable was one of those gentlemen, you know?
I mean, I'm just glad that I could just wear t-shirts.
I'm going to roast him. I know he's got shit on him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Feds responding to a tip surround the theater that your boa Dillinger might be in. These dumb feds don't let the theater know what's up, so the theater end up calling the cops on the feds.
Like, what are these boys doing outside our theater?
Yeah, they thought they were heistmen. Like, there's a heistman about to take us over.
Wow,
But in reality, there was a heistman just trying to watch a movie.
They're big old dum-dums.
They fucking are. A plainclothes officer was at the entrance and was to light a cigar as soon as he had visual contact on Dillinger.
Wink, wink, and
Clever.
smoke, smoke, puff.
Yeah.
Clever. Like, on the one hand, clever, like, clear signal, you can see it. It's a flame, and if you miss the initial light, you can see, like, oh, his cigarette's lit. He's seen Dillinger.
Right.
On the other hand, with cigars, you kind of don't loiter before you light the cigar, if you know what I mean. It's like you would choose to light the cigar before doing nothing.
Yeah. You're outside and you're smoking something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd entertain, before being bored to the point of loitering, you would light the cigar and be like, I've got a nice
I
smoke.
feel like people who like smoking dog shit like that just like sniff it a bunch, and you could just walk on the block, just rub it under your nose a whole bunch. Just, oh, it smells like a good cigar. Oh, because all cigars smell like shit.
Oh, they do that sniff thing, and they also like put it in their mouth
some.
a lot. They get
Like
all
some.
wet, like they're gonna deep
That's
throat
weird.
it.
The soggy.
Yeah.
The soggy.
Like a fucking here's a Bandcamp joke. They treat it like a reed, like a 2 reed.
Oh,
for
like a
clarinetto. I want to sound real good.
So to Dillinger, it was very strange that this loitering man just remembered, like, oh, I have a cigar to pass the time. Let me start stoking it. You know what
It's
I mean?
very inquisitive.
Immediately marked
Inquisitor.
him as an agent.
Oh.
Like, nope, you wouldn't do that. I'm out. Like,
He's
that's
smart.
not how you use cigars. Ducks down an alley. But the thing is, the cops, with semi-competence, closed down the alley beforehand while Dillinger was enjoying the movie.
Oh.
This is the first and only time Dillinger is ever short on the draw. The federal agents managed to shoot him 4 times before Dillinger could draw his trusty inside pocket Colt.
Shit.
Was it an inside Derringer?
No, that has nothing to do with Dillinger.
They
But
just sound alike. They have nothing to do
sound
with each other.
alike.
Yeah, but
For you,
Derringer.
a Derringer is a break frame
Dillinger?
pistol, a tiny break frame pistol. For those of you, you only get 2 shots with a Derringer, Travis. I think. Like,
Well, I don't
rob
know.
a
He's
bank
probably
with
just
it.
trying to stuff in his underwear.
Derringers suck.
Yeah,
They're
well,
little bitch ass guns.
little dangus, but whatever.
4 gunshots wound. First 3 didn't matter. 4th one, that was the biggie. Severed his spinal cord, entered his brain, exited just under his left eye.
Ooh.
Right eye, excuse me.
So that's how boy dies?
That's how boy dies.
Shit.
Cause
Was
of
he
death.
shot in like the back, so the
Yep.
fucking exit wound was in the fucking
Yup,
front of his face?
It was right under his right eye. Yes, confirmed.
Ooh.
All right, so that's not too bad because at least 10 minutes before he was looking at Cary Grant.
Amongst the commotion, the cops only hit 2 bystanders in the commotion.
Wait, what?
Yay!
Yeah, only 2.
Only 2.
Only 2 women were shot.
They die?
No, but what the? Still, like, don't shoot the not Dillingers.
Like, also the fact that they're both women.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait, stop killing her. That Billy Beater.
Yeah.
Stop, bang, 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 bang. Oh, that's a lady.
That's a nasty lady. She's a nasty lady. Why you shoot her? I'm trying to make more holes.
So something very macabre. That's a side effect of getting shot through the neck and into the brain. You're kind of half dead for a minute.
Oh, so he was tap dancing?
No,
So they jerked off on him.
he was doing some half alive and dead shit for a very long time, to the point where the responding medical surgeons were like, "This guy's not complaining for being shot in the face," realizing he probably couldn't talk. It was like one of those like half vegetable injuries. Yeah, not good.
So, like, let's
Not
just
pretty.
put this boy down.
Probably, yeah. Let's do the right thing and
Let's do the
mash
right
this
thing.
vegetable. After the body was hauled off, the crowd went nuts.
Best movie ever.
Girls in love with Dillinger ran up to his, fatal blood pool
Oh.
and soaked their handkerchiefs and skirts in it. Just like, oh, Dillinger, I love him so
That's
much.
great for that one chick who was doing that when also on her period.
Oh,
Forgot
I didn't
tampon.
think about that. Fuck
And I was
you.
just like, oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh my god! Wow, he's so bloody.
This is normal. Who's this guy? What's his name again?
he was beloved. He was beloved. So like the public tried to save his.
Wow, I
bloodstream.
didn't know
Yeah.
he had Hansen status.
Yeah. One of the cooler things is I think it was a local paper boy was soaking paper in his blood that would later be he I don't think it was successful, but he tried to have that paper have his death printed on it. You know what I mean? Like the paper used for the newspaper that day.
Oh.
Like he soaked that paper with the blood of Dillinger to be, have his own obituary printed on it.
Extra,
That's pretty fucking
extra!
metal.
Read all
Yeah.
about it. This idiot head just got died.
Such celebrity, he had no less than 4 death masks made of him upon dying.
Really?
Yeah. Be mindful. It's the shitty, fucked up
shit
plastic
face.
face that
Right.
Wilhelm
That probably
stuck
wasn't
him with.
really what he looked like.
God damn it!
Oh,
Like,
that's not what he looks like. That's your video game.
Sorry, I swiped weird. I was gonna pull up a picture of
I was
his,
like, wait a
death
minute.
mask.
Be like see a guy in a museum and be like, oh, I didn't know Cher's dead.
Do you look at this fucking photo? Like
All right,
Travis,
I'm
done.
gonna
Like
peek it.
that is horrifying. His body was up on public display, and the crowd was like nuts. Like, oh hey, Instagram.
The only thing that I'm really I'm not focusing on his body. I'm just focusing on those fucking chicks' bods.
Oh man,
Like
yeah.
I didn't picture fucking chicks fucking dressing like that in the 1930s.
They're looking at Dillinger's body and they're posing like it's a fucking event. Like, hey, I was at Dillinger's death confirmation.
I don't care. Cody, change the slide because I'm looking too hard at these.
That's about it.
Yeah,
They're
what's up
probably
with that?
dead.
That's
it.
So it ends on the fact if you're a badass, you'll get fucking broads with big ass boobies
While you're
taking
dead.
Instagram pictures
While you're
of
dead,
you.
it's not worth it. Don't be badass.
No, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
You'd rather do it like when you're alive.
So what'd you say,
not an
Dillinger?
idiot.
Dillinger, like one of the world's most prolific criminals.
I'm gonna call this guy a 5-star criminal.
Yeah, absolutely. Very bad man.
Yes.
Deserving of 5 stars. Also, hey, our podcast deserving of 5 stars, if you ask me.
Oh yes, please rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Google Play and
It's just
Stitcher.
a click. You just hit 5 of them.
5 stars, 1 click. Also, hit that subscribe button if you really like us.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, dog. You want to hear all these episodes because it's only going to get weirder from here.
Yep. Travis has been getting drunker. Actually, he hasn't stopped drinking since we started the first episode.
Exactly.
Non-stop.
This is a new record. I did shotguns during the episode.
That was
He did.
momentous.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was legit, dude.
Without spilling a drop.
Well, I'm respectful. I don't get it all over your zone. Bruh.
Hey, man. Party is a party, dog.
Party, bruh.
All right, so one of America's most notorious criminals, open and closed book. After everything's said and done, what do you think his final kill count was?
I'm going to go with 30.
30?
I'm going with 65.
Just the one.
Just that one dude?
Just
the
one.
O'Malley?
Just O'Malley. That's why he's the original Officer O'Malley.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, so he got all of his shemps to kill everyone else.
Officer O'Malley was, the only person Dillinger
That he
actually
personally killed.
Yep. Held the trigger down, shot him 8 times in the chest during the Chicago getaway.
Fuck yeah.
I-
That's
Very,
awesome.
very, very interesting.
Well, I was gonna say I always like Curly the most, and I feel like
God, Shemps, what are you doing to me?
no. But I'm saying that he is the most like Curly, and his stooges are shemps.
All right. Fair enough.
There you go, man.
All right. Well, that's the end of the episode.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in.
So next week I have a person that
Oh.
has a painter boy,
Mm.
but he's also a complete idiot maniac. And if you can
Madness
figure
in
that
the
shit
eyes.
out.
Yeah. Tweet us if you figure out who the fuck is an idiot boy who's a fantastic paint man.
The eccentric idiot. Find him.
He might have banged a whore.
That could be Cody for
Ooh,
all you
horror
know.
to you. Ooh,
Yeah.
All right, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm Tom Saltman. You can follow me at Saunched, SAUNTCHT.
I'm Travis. You can follow me at Travis Legion with 2 E's.
Hey, I'm Cody McCann. You can follow me at Cody McCann, CODYMCCANN. And collectively, we are at Roast Mortem Cast.
Yeah, on Twitter and on Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in. Danky Shane.
Danky
Next
Shane.
Thursday. Thank you, Shane.
there. You like what you just heard? We'd like to hear back from you.
Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah, that's
At
it.
Roast Mortem Cast.
Yeah, that's right.
That's us. That's us.
And if you tag us on either one of those social platforms, we will write an obituary for you.
You sexy corpse, you.
Yeah, write in. We're going to write an obituary for you. Make sure you tell a friend. Give us a subscription.
Yeah, let us know how we're doing. How you're doing, too. I want to know how I'm doing, how you're doing.
It's just a good old no one doing fest.
Yeah.
No one doing fest. That's right.
Don't do it. Do it
Yeah.
for me.
Stick around right now for some obituaries and some outtakes.
Here we go.
Oh, shit. Some people died. Ghost child.
Hello, and welcome to the after show. We've got obituaries to get out of the way. People are dead, and we're
Dang
going to
it.
talk about them. First up, I'm laying waste to an entire musical band.
Oh,
The
that's a lot, dude.
Griswolds.
Like the family that traveled.
Yeah,
On the
what was that?
vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
vacation.
vacay.
Yeah, the National Lampoons.
They're a 5-piece rock band from Teesside, England. Travis, what was the modifier
Is
there?
Middlesbrough up north?
Middlesbrough.
Oh, you made fun of was by my.
Yeah, dog. Northern England represent.
They fired us a sexy Instagram comment on the Keith Moon episode.
Ooh.
Just discovered you guys love the episode, and they threw up a little metal horn emoji. So
I'm seeing horns. Let me see that shit.
Here, let me see.
You checked out the music? It's like rock music, mate. Right, mate.
All right,
Whatever,
being
mate.
a band, of course, their primary transportation is a van. Of
course.
they were coming. They were coming to see us. They were going to tour over here.
Oh,
Oh,
In
back
the
in
van.
the USSA,
Yeah,
as they'd say in
with
the Beatles.
van, and that doesn't work. You can't van over to Long Island from where they are. So they ate shit and died when they hit a sea mine.
you mean the ocean?
Yeah, the ocean sea mine.
The ocean.
Shit.
You can't drive in that shit.
Can't drive.
You
Can't drive to
weirdos.
the
Not allowed
ocean, you
to.
idiot.
Yeah,
Griswolds, how dare you?
Yeah.
Tom's toured. He knows not to do that shit. You just stick to the interstates, never the assaults.
Griswolds, I have a question for you. You can get back to us on this. When you're on tour and you're driving real late at night, those bumpy strips, how many times have those saved your life?
Lifesaver.
Because me and my bandmates probably saved about 1,000,000 times.
Do they have-
How many? 5 bandmates. So that's 5 million lives saved right there.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Also, let us know if they have the bumpy strips in England. They
Yeah.
might not. They might just have like jelly strips.
They might have
Jam
something
strips.
else. Yeah, just strips of what's that? HP
spotted
sauce.
dick.
Yeah, you can feel the
The
HP,
HP
sauce.
sauce.
Yeah.
All right, that's the Griswolds. Rest in peace, the lot of you, all 5 of you.
And thanks for tuning in. We love you so much.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace.
Next up, we got a good friend of our podcast,
Oh yeah.
Screet the Pete. Praise the game, motherfucker, Burrell.
Hey.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh,
Whoa,
man,
whoa,
my
whoa,
boy,
whoa.
my boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this guy
love
so
Pete.
much, but problem with him is that he's dead now.
Oh, why
It's
did
an
he
accident.
die? How did
Yeah,
he do
well,
it?
I happen to know how much Pete likes his cats.
Oh, yeah.
He's a cat boy.
Cat of the man of the cat.
Young Screet was making a lasagna for his cat.
That. Okay.
I'm a cat owner. They love lasagna.
Yes, they all do. And Pete's cat, he buys the finest cheeses and the finest sheets of lasagna
No.
for his cat. And he was making a lasagna and he burnt his hands on the top of the oven while checking to make sure that it was the right level for his cat.
What?
You know, because you have to
Thomas-
level a lasagna. So
Oh, yeah.
Thomas, that doesn't seem fatal though.
Oh, no, I'm not done here.
Oh.
Cats are very particular, and he probably touched him when.
Yeah. So he burns his hands, and his first reaction is, "Oh, dang!" And he starts moving backwards. And he's moving backwards real quick. He's
No,
got burnt,
okay.
you know.
Panic reaction.
Guess what was behind him? The dog. And
Dude.
guess what happened with that dog? That dog tripping right out the window, said, "Where's my lasagna?" And as this happens, right up, it's only one story, but it's a freak accident. He fell on his neck the wrong way. And
Oh, yeah, Pete.
young Pete is no more.
Pete, you
Cracked
gotta
his,
fall on your neck the right way.
cracked his neck right off his body.
Humpty Dumpty.
It's actually the new
Yeah.
band is Pete No More. Yeah, Pete No More is the new band that everyone's listening to.
That's right. And Pete, I heard you're not coming to PAX this year. I'm very sad.
What the fuck?
Why is he not doing
Fuck that
He's
guy.
not doing that. Pete and Andy, my boys, I love these guys. They ain't even coming. But anyway, rest in peace. I'll catch you later, Pete.
Little praise the game pluggy or?
Oh, yes. Praise the Game. If you haven't heard Praise the Game podcast, please check that out. They are friends of ours, and they are fun as fuck to listen to.
Yeah.
All your gaming news and gaming funities in one small little MP3.
They got
You
the
like
funnabies.
computers? You're gonna love this show.
Yeah,
that's all I'm
especially-
saying.
It's more about video games. Don't
It's all
misbrand
about
them.
computers. Computers do games now.
Yeah, PCs.
Yeah,
And, and just to close that out, what did Pete do to deserve that obituary?
He was looking at our flyers and
Oh,
on Instagram and said, "Dang, those look nice."
yeah.
And
our
to that I
flyers.
say, "You're welcome," because I made those.
okay.
Well, Travis Peace.
All right.
but I was
Yeah,
a big
peep
part
our
of it.
flyers.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah,
great.
well, all right. So the last person on our list is Joanne Watkins
Oh,
from Reykjavik, Iceland.
Reykjavik.
I know that.
Reykjavik.
That's Volcanoville.
Yeah, that's Volcanoville. She's actually originally from Britain, Chester.
Are you saying we have two British?
Whoa,
one night?
Brits.
The British are coming.
God, I feel like Vinnie Jones right now, wasting all these British people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she tweeted at us. Her Twitter is the Angry Smurf.
Hey,
It's the little Smurfs. I love the Smurfs.
is that still blue or is it like red with rage?
It's beige. But
that's a curveball.
it's totally beige. She said, "Thank Shane for making my
Hey, come
last
on.
couple of days at work awesome with your podcast. Never thought I'd hear Joan Rivers and Steve Jobs being called cunts. Can't wait to hear more."
Congratulations to us.
It's not that hard. You just have to
Yeah.
believe in yourself, and you can call anything a cunt.
That's true.
She also suggested we do Henry VIII, Hitler,
I'm in.
Hitler, of course.
and Robert
we gotta
Kardashian,
do
which
a
I think
trick
is
for Hitler.
awesome.
I think Hitler's gonna be our last episode ever.
She's also upset that more Kardashians aren't dead, and I agree with that.
Be like the angry
Yeah.
Smurf and shout us out and give us some sexy suggestions. We'll take those off your hands.
Yeah, I'll take some suggestions any day.
Come on.
So anyway, I'm gonna kill her.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna kill her dead right now.
Do it.
So she lives in Iceland, and in Iceland they like to eat that fermented shark that they bury underground.
Oh, I just read about that.
Yeah. Apparently that's like the only food that Anthony Bourdain could not eat.
It tastes like
And he ate a lot of
gorgonzola.
shit.
Yeah.
He could have probably snorted it.
Yeah. He could've. So she went down to the beach to dig up her fermented shark and stumbled across a little egg. She's like, that's balut. I love fermented dead fucking ducks.
All right, as we all do.
Yeah.
Fermented
Some
poultry.
more, please.
And she's like, I love fermented ducks. And she cracked into that shit. But it was like a tiny little alien boy. Like a tiny, like, alien from the
taking us?
movies.
A face
Like an
hugger?
alien, like, kind of a face hugger.
xenomorph.
Kind of a face hugger, but it was fuzzy and cute and, like, smelled
Was it a
weird.
Furby or a troll?
It was a Furby.
Okay.
It was a Furby.
Furby's come out of
And
eggs.
that Furby just latched onto her face and melted her face.
Really? Was
Yeah.
it the battery acid?
Yeah, it was the battery. It was
Sometimes
the-
they just fucking overheated to the point where like it could thermally happen.
shot some Icelandic volcano fluid into her zone,
Right.
and she
Lava,
died.
that's just
On
lava.
Long Island, we call that hot cum.
Well, anyway, you're
Don't do
dead.
that.
You have Furby came in your face with lava.
Wow, that was a ride, man.
That's beautiful.
You're getting good at these.
Yeah, no, good.
Well, Angry Smurf, thank you so much for
Yeah.
listening. It means a lot to us.
Hell yeah. I think you're our only Icelandic listener. So
Well, you're English,
thank you, Shane.
but you're also Icelandic.
Icelandic based.
Thank
Yeah.
you, shit. Thank you, shit.
all right,
Thank you,
everyone.
Shane, one and all.
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for some outtakes.
Her colleague, a stenographer, before could she finish?
What a saca. Saca las apuntes.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Okay, I thought we needed a minute for that one.
Saca las tarjetas, saca las apuntes.
Jesus Christ.
Sakala Joea.
What's going on in South Dakota? Tom, the sidebar. What's going on in South Dakota? 'Cause
Nothing. It's sad, and I hate it. I'm sorry for anyone who lives there.
all right.
And if you listen to our podcast from there,
No one has
write
so
me
far.
write me an email, and I'll make your day better. I'll give you just enough money to get a flight from South Dakota to Illinois. I will send you that money. First person from South Dakota who does that,
God fucking.
All right.
I'll do it.
Tom's
don't worry
throwing
about
it.
it, guys.
Tom's throwing it out there.
First person.
First person.
They get
Fucking
at least
tweet at
make
us.
it construct. Yeah, at least make it constructive. First South Dakotan
Well,
to
we're not.
tweet at us.
We're not gonna know if you just
No,
listen.
just
You
email
got
me,
the-
whatever. Roastmortemcast@gmail, tweet at us, whatever. I got your flight. I'm flying you to
to
Illinois.
Illinois, not where we are, just Illinois.
No, it's gonna be like slightly outside Chicago.
Dillinger gang. I like to call them the Dill gang because it sounds
The
weird.
Dill Picks.
All I'm picturing is like
It's
far.
who Dillinger picked to be in his gang, so it's the Dill Picks.
Oh, Dilly picks.
Like all I'm picturing right now is just Fargo. That's it. Like, I mean, you just said Dakota, and I was like, sweaters, murder.
Where does that actually happen?
I think it's North Dakota.
Yeah,
It's
because
one
there's
of
shit
them.
happening there. You see what I mean?
Oh, shit. That was happening in South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know which side of the argument.
Let us know what you can
stand
do.
on.
If your name is Hubert and you live in South Dakota, I will fly you to Massachusetts.
Tom, you're
First one
offering
in.
a lot.
Dude, what are you doing?
No, it's only one.
Okay.
I'm saying if the first one does it, I'll give him to Illinois, and
Yeah.
if the first person happens to be named Hubert, I'll give him to Massachusetts.
If you both do
one-way
it-
ticket.
If you both do it at the same time, but you have
Very
to fight.
inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is nothing. I'm gonna do it off orbits. It's like $150. What the fuck? Like it's just once. No one's gonna do this.
Oh, yeah.
If you do this, I'll be happy. Let's put it that way. You're not gonna ruin my day.